For as long as the Connecticut Huskies have a 0 in the loss column, the Mississippi State Bulldogs will continue to remain at number 2 in the polls while their undefeated run continues, and there's nothing entirely wrong with that. Not even a 22-0 start. The best in school history could swing the pendulum in the favor of the Dogs enough as they remained at number 2 in this week's Associated Press Top 25 poll. The Lady Dogs 8-0 in SEC play, the best ever start for MSU in the conference. The run for Mississippi State is now up to 68 straight weeks ranked inside the top 25, 32 straight weeks inside the top 10. They are next in action when they face 15th ranked Missouri Thursday night in Columbia. Life without Boogie Cousins started last night in New Orleans, and the harsh reality is that things are going to be awfully challenging, as was evident last night. Anthony Davis scored 25 points. Drew Holiday added another 20 in the Pels' first loss without DeMarcus Cousins. 112-103 decision to the Clippers. Dante Cunningham filled in for the injured Cousins, who tore his Achilles on Friday night. Scored just 8 points as New Orleans saw their 4-game win streak come to an end. Pelicans are now 27-22. They remain 6th in the West, 2 full games ahead of the Clippers, who are in 9th. And speaking of the Clippers, NBA trade deadline fast approaching. Struggling Detroit Pistons, who've lost 8 in a row, have acquired former All-Star power forward Blake Griffin from the Clips. The Clippers will receive Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, Boban Marjanovic, and a pair of draft picks in the deal. Clippers are currently 1 game over 500, but sit 9th in the extremely competitive Western Conference. Griffin has averaged 22 points and 8 rebounds this season, but he's become known as an injury-prone player. He's only played in 59% of his team's games over the last 3 seasons. Jason Day and Alex Noren played 5 extra holes Sunday at the Farmers Insurance Open before the playoff began between the two teams. It was actually halted due to darkness, so the two continue their playoff this morning. Second shot from Noren goes through the rough with the 3-wood. He didn't quite get enough of it. That'll roll into the water hazard, opening the door for Day as he steps right through it. His second shot can't get much better than that. That'll set up the easy tap-in bird. He drains it, clinching the victory in the Farmers Insurance Open. Tiger Woods, meanwhile, pretty solid, 3 under, tied for 23rd. Cleveland Indians are set to remove the Chief Wahoo logo from their uniforms. That word came from Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred today. The logo has been used by the team since 1947, but will come off the Indians' uniform in the 2019 season. The Indians have already decreased Chief Wahoo's profile, switching their primary logo to a Block C several years ago. Some want the Indians to change the team's nickname altogether. How about the Stars of the NFL? Gave her one more go Sunday in soggy Orlando for the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. First quarter action. NFC gets on the board first when Drew Brees strikes to Adam Thielen for 6. NFC builds a 20-3 lead going into the third quarter, but over 60 grand was on the line for the winners. That means the NFC would come storming back. Derek Carr, Delaney Walker, the Titans, the go-ahead score with just over a minute left. NFC would have one last gasp, but Von Miller will get to Rams quarterback Jared Goff, and the AFC takes this one 24-23. I watched a little bit of this Pro Bowl, and it was hard to watch. Very hard to watch. Not a lot of tackling in the first 3 quarters. The guys would wrap them up. Players wouldn't even hit the ground.
Yeah, they're not going to do that in the All-Star game. Not too hard.
Yeah. Thanks.